Hey, what is going on, everyone? Joe here, and today we are diving into Voin, a brutal action roguelike currently in early access. So this game is sitting at 93% positive on Steam, and I did a video on this not too long ago on my channel where I actually really liked this game. I had a lot of fun with it. You guys were begging for me to jump back in and see all the new content they added, and apparently the developers feel the same exact way because this video is sponsored by TinyBuild, so thank you to them for that. We are jumping into version 0.4, where they've completely redone the item system, the progression system. They've added a ton of new features to the content on the combat, and we're just going to jump in and see exactly how far we can get. I've got a quest right now where I need to find the fallen angel. So I must find the entrance to the dungeon where Nome, the Summoner of Tears, waits. It's buried inside the Cathedral of the Veiled Lament, that towering structure crowning the hill where few dare to walk. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that is probably that big spooky building off in the distance, but the cool thing about Voin, you can go pretty much anywhere you want. You got a bunch of different maps, and we've got some ruins over there. There's some caves and canyons that direction, and then we've got a bunch of burnt down crypts over here. So I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear, knock out some enemies, see if we can't get some loot. I need to activate this because this is actually a fast travel mode. I'm gonna touch that, and so now if I find another one of these, I can warp straight here. And so I've got a few enemies over here. I've got a light attack. I've got a heavy attack I can charge up. And then I can also do some parries. So if I can block right before they attack, we'll counter. We just leveled up. I can also, of course, kick. The most important thing in my kit. And the cool thing about your health system, I've got my hearts in the bottom left. So whenever I take damage, I lose a heart. But the more aggressive you are, the more damage you do, you regenerate your health. And that is the only way to get your health back. And there's also a ton of different items in this game. We've got artifacts, necklaces, hearts, which actually change your entire play style. We've got runes, which kind of work like magic. And then just looking at the weapons, I'm using the Wraith right now, where if I do a perfect dash, I go ahead and get invisible, and then hitting someone outside of that dash will freeze them. But just looking at all the weapons in this game, I've only got 4 of them. I wanted to try out this one I just got. It's the Heartseeker. Releasing a heavy attack in a perfect moment, indicated by a flash, guarantees the next hit will be a critical hit that does 1.2 times more damage than usual. So we're going to equip that. This game is also on sale the moment this video goes live, so it is part of Steam's daily sale. So it's typically 20 bucks, which is already a steal, but you can get it for much cheaper. So if I charge up, we've got that flash. If we release right at the perfect time, it is a guaranteed crit. I do want to check out that crypt and see what's inside there. I've got other weapons besides daggers, but for some reason, that's all the enemies seem to drop. All right, let's move back, charge up. I might end up dying here. I need to be careful. One more hit and we heal. Nice. Okay, cool. We got a Rune of Purist. Attacks no longer restore heart charges. Every 4th hit restores a heart with a 24% chance. A Frost Core. Successful hits expand a Frost Aura, dealing 21 cold damage and applying 0.6 stacks of freezing to nearby monsters. So I've got like an ice broadsword. We can equip that. Yeah, we got a big beefy ice sword. And as we attack, we will have a Frost Aura around us. Let's see if we can't find anything good in here. Charge up. Heavy attacks give us more hearts than the light attacks, but it does cost my energy, which are those gold fists in the middle. I need that for both heavy attacks and blocking. It's not too bad, though. These guys aren't very difficult, at least early on. You do get to set a difficulty level before you go on your run, and I'm currently at difficulty 3 out of 7. I felt like going in at the level 1 would be too easy. Soul Fruit of the Bargain. So I got a fruit. There's a new system where in your hub area there's a big tree, and you can plant fruits, and they give you permanent buffs. Upon death, I lose only half of my corrupted items. Okay, I don't know what corrupted items are, but I'll take it. So I can go ahead and plant that if I want. See if we can get some loot in here. A Wind Razor. Launching a heavy attack releases a wave of force that deals 42 physical damage to all targets on its way, and it attacks fast. Let me see. So if I charge this up, we shoot out a wave. That's actually really cool. Okay, let's try this for a little bit. I'm going to have a lot of ADHD moments playing this game because there's so many places you can go to, so many different items you can get, and so I'm just going to get lost, which is exactly what happened last time we played this game. So I'm going to do my best to make sure we make it straight to that tower and actually find a boss. because I've yet to see a boss in this game. Yeah, so it's not bad. It's a little bit of extra damage. It does attack pretty fast as well. I barely use that ice weapon. And so on my weapon, we have runes. And so if I get an attack here, I'll show you guys. Slash him once. You can see the illuminated blue runes on my weapon. And so if I get enough of these, we'll do chain lightning. One more hit and we should do a lightning strike. I think. What rune do I have? Major rune of energy flow. Every 5th hit reduces cooldown of all powers. Oh, that's way less flashy. I thought I had the lightning strike. Every 4th hit triggers a chain lightning. Equip that. And now let's show it off. Apparently, I'm not very good at this game. All right, we got a big, beefy guy with an axe. And so as we hit these guys, we'll see these runes light up. And every 4th hit does that lightning blast. And you got a bunch of different runes that will change your playstyle. What did you drop? Iron Claymore. Nice, okay. I leveled up my ruby heart, and so there's different hearts you can get. My ruby heart gives me 4 health, and it increases my resourcefulness, so I actually get more money by playing. But there's a northern heart. I have a 7% chance to absorb the hit without losing a heart, and it also has 5 base health. So I might want to put that on, just to make the early game a little bit easier. Wait your turn, man. I'm trying to explain things. Oh, what did you drop? Final Breath. Oh, I have this weapon. So this is a big thing they changed about the game, right? I've already got the Final Breath. It's level 1. In the past, you used to be able to get duplicates of items. You can't get duplicates anymore. If you grab an item you already have, instead, it just turns into experience, and you can level up your weapon faster. And so leveling up the weapon will allow you to unlock different modifications for it. Apparently, there are 59,000 different things you can add to your weapons and customize. So we will see if that's true, but that is as advertised. I will say, though, one of the most impressive things about this game, it's made entirely by one guy. So if you're ever feeling bad, feeling down about yourself, just remember one guy made Voin. You can do it. Oh, wait, interesting. So charge up. The way this weapon works, if I kill an enemy, my sword gets enchanted. So if I do a heavy attack, we release a wave. So charge up, wave. Charge up, wave. Every single time my weapon glows like that. Phoenix's Feather. Between every 5 to 12 seconds, applies 1.5 stacks of Ablaze. In addition to the Ablaze base effects, my light and heavy attacks now deal an additional 7 fire damage per stack of Ablaze. There's so many different things in this game. Intricate Dagger. Parrying recharges a random power by 10%. Using any power applies 2 stacks of sharpened to me. Nice, okay. Tibia. That is a bone in the leg. Passively reduces cooldown by 8%. In addition, using powers decreases cooldown of all other powers by 8%. Frostfang Maul. Launching a heavy attack conjures a frost pillar, dealing 20 and 60% of my physical damage as cold damage and applying 1.5 stacks of freezing to a random nearby monster. First off, that's a hammer. I'm equipping the hammer. This is a very slow hammer. The damage on it, 76 to 84, that's double what I was using. We still don't have a necklace. I still don't have a ring. All right, that's fine. We're good. I'm going to use this big-ass hammer. Get that feather. This game is overwhelming me. One thing about it, though, there is no wrong way to build your character. There's just so many different options. You can really just make a playstyle that suits your needs. I haven't even unlocked any special moves yet. I have to level up. And so if I go to the menu, I can see I'm almost level 3. And if I do that, we unlock a new attack for every single weapon in my inventory. This hammer will learn Whirlwind. So let's try to level up real fast. This is the no-death playthrough, by the way. Not a single death will happen in this video. Yeah, I mean, we're hitting for like 200 casually. It is incredibly slow. Nice. All right, let's keep heading further up the path. There is a lot of mobility here, so if I put my weapon away, your character is basically like the embodiment of lightning. I've got a double dash attack. where I can hold control and go really high. And if it keeps regenerating, I can just keep jumping and jumping. But whenever I hit the ground, we do a lightning strike. And there is 0 fall damage. And you can get a bunch of modifications to make you jump higher, jump longer, get more air dashes. So honestly, the freedom of exploration and movement means you can kind of do whatever you want and go wherever you want. The game does like to reward you, though, because if you see like a green hue anywhere, that means there's probably a secret chest. Hunger Heart. When missing hearts, consume 40 ichor and restore 12% of a heart charge every second. Interesting, so my health regenerates, but it costs money every second. I don't think I'm going to equip that. I think we can go in there, so let's jump this gate. See what we got. I want to learn a new attack. Oh my god, you guys are a little bit more aggressive. That or I'm just suddenly bad at this game. Major Rune of Energy Flow. I've already got that, so I'm just going to get some experience. Leveled it up to almost 2. Nearly 2. Got any loot in here? Hello? Nice! Okay, so I learned my whirlwind attack. I unshackle the hammer's weight and spin it around me in a continuous whirlwind. As the motion stills, I drive the weapon earthward, a final crushing blow that nails the last enemy to the ground. I like how all the descriptions of the attacks and abilities are from the character's perspective. Okay, that just levels up my chain lightning, which is what I already have equipped, so that's nice. All right, so we're going to go in, and we're going to do this whirlwind attack. Let's try it. Oh my god! Dude, that did so much damage. Okay, these guys are kind of crazy, though. I've never seen this enemy. Spin again. Viper's Saber. On hit, applies a stack of poison to the target. Upon reaching 11 stacks, the next hit will remove all stacks from the target and cause an explosion, inflicting 80 of poison damage to everyone within the explosion. Okay, so this is a poison weapon. And so you build up stacks of poison, you get to 11 stacks, and they explode, spreading it to everyone nearby. Does it have... Of course it has a different move. It's got Rune Infusion. The surrounding magic energizes all the runes on my weapon. This enchantment temporarily makes the weapon to strike with accelerated electrified blows. That's cool, but, you know, spinning with a giant hammer, that's just way better. I should probably equip it, though. There we go. Barbarian Blade, Guardian Heart. I will read that in a second. This dude must be punished. Trying to attack me while I'm reading. Lightning Strike conjures a circle of protection for 7 seconds. So whenever I jump from a very high drop and land, I will be immune for 7 seconds. Barbarian Blade. Fighting monsters fills me with anger. At the peak of my anger, I start raging, boosting physical damage by 28%, attack speed by 15%, and crit power by 30% for 10 seconds. It's a slow weapon until I fill up my rage. Where is that one? Barbarian Blade. We can try it. Got to figure out what weapon I like the most by trying all of them. So this is another fruit. Soul Fruit of Deathless Death. Upon death, I no longer lose ichor, but my resourcefulness is reduced by 40%. That doesn't seem very good. So I won't lose my money if I die, which I can collect by going to my corpse, kind of like Dark Souls. But overall, I would get 40% less money. I don't think that's great. Every 4th hit applies 2 stacks of poison, freezing, or weaken to the target. I actually like that. Let's put that on. Yeah, what I'm really seeing here is there's just millions and millions of ways to build your character. Like, it's insane. Obviously, if I get like a frost amulet and then a frost weapon and get some synergy there, that makes sense. Same thing with poison. It looks like there's 4 main elements. We have ice, poison, lightning, and frost. Fire. I said ice twice. I'm getting overstimulated, okay? There's a lot to take in. right, so I've got my rage in the bottom. And so if I can attack enough, it'll fill up, and I'll get super aggressive, but make sure I don't die here. Infuse my sword. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got it. Now go crazy. I'm going to go crazy and go to heaven because I'm taking way too much damage. Sickles. Every 6 hit is guaranteed to crit, and it is 3 times more powerful than usual. Necromantic Goblet. On hit, there's a 15% chance to peel off some Ichor if the target is an Atfrat. I don't know what that is. My hits restore 28% more heart charge, but each hit applies to me 0.1 stacks of weakened. I don't think I want that. Infuse. Nice, dude. The damage on this weapon's pretty good, especially when we can get our rage and just start critting like crazy. It's kind of like a hack and slash, though. Black Razor. Each hit has a chance from 1 to 5.5%, depending on the target's remaining health, to instantly kill them. If the target is particularly strong, this effect instead does physical damage equal to 5.5 of the target's health. Viper's Blade. Killing a target releases a wave that applies 7 stacks of poison to all remaining targets nearby. How many weapons have I gotten in the span of 10 minutes? Owl Statuette. While my weapon is sheathed, little wind swirls appear in front of me periodically. Going through them increases my movement speed by 70 for 8 seconds. Interesting. So if I put my weapon away, I see little winds that I can walk through that'll increase my movement speed. I'm going to keep the Tibia, because that reduces my cooldowns. I'm going to be honest, though. I'm not really feeling the Barbarian Blade. Let's try the Sickles. So the Sickles have a different move. They have Pounce. Oh my god! Okay, so you're showing me what a Pounce is. All right, let's try it. So we can jump forward and stab with both my blades. Nice. I leap forward and cross both my blades, sharp as the dragon's teeth, in a swift cut. 2 strikes, 2 guaranteed critical hits. Nice, 2 guaranteed crits. And every 6th hit, this weapon does 3 times damage. It seems very weak initially. But if you can move it around, jump back, and then get those crits. Dude, this weapon is nice. I actually like this a lot. Charge up, charge up. So I see something over here. I think this is a secret chest. Yes, it is. Okay. Dual iron swords. Releasing a heavy attack in the perfect moment increases its damage by 40% and its crit chance. It's very fast. Mortal Heart. All damage is increased by 16%. Resourcefulness is increased by 48%. Luck is increased by 14%, but attacks no longer restore heart charges. Okay, so that's like hard mode. You get a ton of money, you get more damage, more luck, but you can't heal. I feel like that's not great. I mean, unless you're just so perfect at this game, you know you're not going to take any damage. All right, let's go ahead and put my weapons away so we can jump up here. Become lightning. And we have finally made it all the way up here. There was another tower back there as well. And it looks like we've got a sky node, so we can use that for fast travel. Pounce. And I do want to explore just a little bit before we go in here, because there might be some spots where we can find some more chests or secrets. Ashmaker. That's a fire sword. I wonder if this update made it much more unlikely for duplicate weapons to drop, because I did not find this many weapons the first time I played this game. Like, every drop is a new weapon. Crusher. Every 6th hit is a guaranteed crit that is 1.4 times more powerful than usual. Critical strikes supply 1.4 stacks of weakened, which increases targets' received damage by 10%. Okay, Big Hammer. Ashmaker. Every hit deals an extra 20 fire damage and applies 1.6 stacks of a blaze to the target. That's also cool. I think there's a chest here. Yeah, secret treasure. Bell Ringer. Spending energy summons a ghostly bell close by. Each hit to the bell emanates a wave that deals 35 psychic damage. Another crusher. This is a better crusher. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want the bell ringer. That sounds badass. It's also got the whirlwind attack. Okay, all right. I have a necklace now. We've got the Phoenix's feather. It's going to give me stacks of ablaze. So it's like a fire build, I see. So if I put on that fire sword, it makes a good amount of sense. I've got a ring here as well. My hits restore 28% more heart charge, but it gives me weakened. I don't know if that's great. We're going to activate this. Wait a second. Does this literally just light me on fire? I guess that's what ablaze means. Does this hurt me? No, I don't think I'm taking damage. All right, let's head to the sky node. Can I know there's an explanation, right? The ablaze status effect deactivates the ability to restore heart charges. Oh, wow. Okay, so whenever I have this, we'll do more fire damage, but I can't restore any hearts. So I don't think I want that right now. But if I were to put that with that fire sword, we would do a ton of damage. All right, I want to go down here. There's some ruins over here. I want to see if we can find some loot. But it looks like each stack of ablaze is just one heart that we can't regenerate. So I would have at least 4 hearts, just not 5. So it's not awful. Okay, so with this, whenever I spend energy, so a heavy attack, we will summon a bell. And so the bell, if we hit it, it does psychic damage to everyone nearby. Which is like straight Diablo or Path of Exile. Whirlwind. One ring for good luck. All right, I'd say this is going very well. The parrying is also a new mechanic, and while it did exist in the previous version of the game, it wasn't to every weapon. It was exclusive to a certain equipment. But now we can parry pretty much any attack with any weapon. I think there are unblockable moves. We just haven't seen any yet. And in that case, you want to do a perfect dodge. That's another Viper Saber. Now we're starting to see some duplicates, which on the plus side will just start leveling up our weapons, which I do like, because that means if we're not using a weapon, we can keep getting an experience. As long as we keep finding the dupes. This weapon seems so busted, dude. All right, hold on. I'm taking a lot of damage. I've got one hit. Hold on, hold on. Nice. Play it safe. Play it as safe as possible. Just keep clobbering this guy. I grabbed that heart. These enemies kind of look like that dude from the Goonies. I forgot his name. The big guy. I haven't seen that movie in several years, but it's my dad's favorite. Yeah, he walks in and he's like, "Hey, you guys." I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments exactly who that character is. All right, so there's a ton of enemies here. I don't see any loot. There's a chest. Speak of the devil. Let's grab that real fast. Ignore these guys. They're slow anyway. Maybe not. All right. Another tibia. Viper Eye. I gain 1.4 stacks of poison every 3 to 8 seconds. Each hit applies stacks of poison to the target per stack I carry. So you just poison yourself to transfer the damage to other people. So kind of similar to a blaze. Got it, okay. Let's go up these steps. There's another sky node up here, so we can use that to teleport. Will anyone challenge me? Oh my god. Hit the bell. Okay, you guys are new. You guys are new. Taste my foot. The power of the grippers. Level 4. All right, we're making progress here. We are making a ton of progress. Put the weapon away so we can try to jump up here. All right, let's activate this. So now whenever I'm ready to go back, we can just zoom straight back. There's another chest back there. Let's head for it. And so I think there's different rarities of chests too. And so that just determines the color of the items that drop. I think this is always green items. My luck is increased by 80%, but I have 1 health. Intricate Dagger. Parrying recharges a random power by 10%. Using any power applies 2 stacks of sharpen to me. I think you already have one of those. I do, yeah. All right, so we've kind of checked out all these ruins. I don't know if I have much of a reason to keep hanging out here. I'm not sure how we return to the hub area. Is there something over here, though? I'm curious. This map is so big, man. Yeah, you vomit. There's something back here that's red. What is this? Is this a fruit? Soul fruit of scorched bloom. And a chest. Oh my god. The endorphins in my brain are going off like crazy. Emerald key. Increase resistance to psychic damage by 14%. Critical power is increased by 60% for each stack of weakened that I carry. Wait a second. This ring gives me weakened, right? And then I can equip this key, which will increase my critical power. I would have to get rid of the tibia, though, which I'm using to reduce my cooldowns. I mean, we could try this. Why are all the necklaces bad for me? They just hurt me. Another hunger heart. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get hearts faster, but of course, I'm going to start getting weakened as well. Maybe we should try to get up here. There is a chest. I see it. Okay. All right, we got this. Yes! Just barely. Poison Vial Pendant. Critical hits apply to the target 4 stacks of poisoned. Oh, that's not bad. That's a nice necklace. Another frost core. All right, is there anything else hidden up here before I jump down? I think we found everything. If I don't want to fight these guys, I can just fly away. What I am curious about...
do not favor your steps there, lightning.
My question was answered.
Turn back.
My question was answered. I was curious to see how far we could go, because the game has a bunch of different levels, so I can't imagine every single level is open world. That would just be ridiculous.
That way leads to silence.
All right, stop yelling at me.
Where even echoes fear to tread.
I'm going back. If I knew you were going to yell at me, I would take the sky note, but it's too far. This should be back to the starting area. Can we get up top here? Or you can scream at me. No, we can get up here. Nice. Yeah, this all just seems kind of like a dead end. If we go this way, we'll be back where I started the video. I do want to loop around and see if I can find anything where those caves are. We should be at the crypt right now. This is the doorway where we came in. Yeah, nice. All right, progress. We're good. We're no longer lost. False alarm. And so I remember seeing a tower over here. I'm very curious about what there is inside. There's another building this way, too. We got some more enemies. I'm being terrible because I literally said in the beginning of this video I wanted to push myself and find the boss, but I'm doing exactly what I did last time. I was getting distracted by all this scenery. But it's more exciting now because every single time I find a new item or a duplicate, I'm getting experience. Holding jump for 0.7 seconds launches me in the air. Huh? Oh, so it's like an extra jump. Well, let's keep the emerald key on, because that at least gives me some synergy. Ring of Purging Shock. Each 6 seconds removes a stack of either poisoned, blaze, or freezing effect and releases a shockwave that deals 80 physical damage. Got it. So that would combo well if I had, for instance, the Viper Eye, which gives me poison. And then, where was it? Right here? So I'm going to keep getting poison, and then this ring will keep expelling it, doing a shockwave for damage. But the poison damage adds up fast. Add 6 fire and cold damage per each missing heart. Cool. All right, come on, Joe. Let's be good. Let's be good. Run past all these enemies, all these structures. We're going to go to the main building because I want to see what is inside there. Let's knock these enemies out real fast. Oh, dude, the ragdolls. Another frost core. I'm not sure I love this synergy, though. I don't really want to set myself up in a spot where I'm going to be taking damage. Just doesn't seem to be the smartest thing, especially when I'm on difficulty level 3 with 0 meta progression. Whenever I can find a way to get back to the hub area, I've got a ton of money. All right, yeah, back this way. Let's just keep looking around in case I see that green hue. Because you know they like the high chests pretty much everywhere in this game. Oh, there was something here, I thought. Oh, right here. Just a normal chest. All right, we went inside there. Yeah, one thing I'm really feeling about this game, it just seems like it is a sandbox to build whatever badass you want to create. Like, if you want to go full-on, like, Thunder, Poison, Assassin, you can make it work. We haven't even begun to scratch the surface on actually upgrading these weapons either. Did I not pick this up? I want to see what's around here. There's a chest back there. There's another chest over here. Another emerald key. Weird claw. When I gain a temporary heart, I get an additional one. Recharges every 19 seconds. Temporary hearts are kind of like armor hearts. You can get different hearts that'll regenerate over time. Now I wonder if I can get up here. Because if this game wants me to have like full mobility, let me see if I can get up here. Even better if there's a reward up here. Aw, come on, there's nothing up here? I mean, I can see pretty much the whole map, so that's cool. Oh no, there is a chest! Okay, what is this? Alum heart. I restore a temporary heart every 10 seconds. Up to 1 temporary hearts. So I assume you can level that up so you get even more temporary hearts. Because this gives you 1 health, but you're regenerating temporary health as well on top of it. Every 5th hit conjures 3 copies that slash random monsters nearby, dealing 30% of my physical damage as lightning damage. That actually sounds cool. I want to try that. Another frost core, emerald heart. Receiving damage applies 2 stacks of revitalized. What does revitalize do? Let me see. Explanation. Gradually restores heart charges. I see. So if I take damage, I start to passively restore hearts on top of that. Got it. You know what? I don't need to keep using this Northern Heart. It's kind of like training wheels. Let's put on a different one. Let's try the Mortal Heart, where I can't regenerate any health, but I get more damage and more luck. Dude, all the secrets. Another Northern Heart. Frostfang. Okay, so that's probably where I need to go. That is like a golden chest. Okay, what's up, guys? You guys can't hit me. I can't afford to take damage because I don't regenerate my health. But wow, the damage boost is pretty insane. Mountain Breaker within a single swing. Each hit increases the next physical damage by 35%. Reaches the maximum damage at 4 hits. It is so strong. Oh my god. Hold on a second. So that's another hammer. It does way more damage. And if I keep swinging, it'll keep adding up in damage. And it's also got the whirlwind attack. I won't have the bell anymore, which is sad. I want to see what's up here. All right, how much damage can we do with this? Oh my god. Spin. Everything must die in 1 hit. Oh my god. Oh, you think you're clever? You think you're clever? Taste this. The grippers of death. All right, let's head up here. Put my weapon away. There's something blue. Oh, it's a book. You really teaching me how to super dash right now? I've been doing that the whole time. All right, nothing hidden around here, right? No secrets, no chests. Just making sure. Yeah, that looks very deadly. I'm not gonna do that. All right, we got a little tower here. Why does this weapon kill everything in 1 hit? I don't even have to worry anymore. I don't have to think. They're all dead. They're all screwed. Wait for my cooldown. All right, spin. Spin. Perfect dodge. That's right, Mountain Breaker. You keep leveling up. There might be a purple chest up there. Oh my god. Jump scare. So if I hit you again, it summons clones, and they attack nearby enemies. Oh my god. Yeah, how long can you survive that? Scorching Twins. Each hit deals an extra 10 fire damage. Activating Vortex power summons a fire tornado. Every 0.5 seconds, dealing 100% of my fire damage to surrounding monsters. It has a new move, Drill. I become a whirling cleaver of razors as I drill forward. Whatever stands in my path is simply unmade. Reduced to screaming mist in my wake. All right, Edgelord. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Oh my god! Well, he didn't turn into mist, but hold on, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a clear perspective here. You guys want to line up for me? Line up. All right, that is very cool looking. And so since this is fire, I would probably want to go ahead and equip this Phoenix Feather to give me more fire damage. And then what do we have here? Soul Fruit of Stolen Moment. All right, so we got another fruit. Increases the duration of the invulnerability window after taking damage by 1 second. It's not bad. I assume all these numbers go up as you level up the item, because it doesn't make sense for it to say 1 second, right? Hold on a second. Before I go in there, if this game has taught me anything, what's on top of this tower? I'm sorry that you guys have to watch this. Portal back. Oh, is that how I go back home? I just look up and push E? I have to ask? No, it doesn't look like they've hidden anything up here. These platforms will be perfect for a chest if there was one. No, we're good. Let's go in this doorway. We're back home. Very nice. Let's go plant some fruit. All right, we got our tree. Here we go, buddy. Oh, so there's a cost. I can only plant up to 4 value. Got it. If I have the last heart remaining, all my damage increases by 50%. Oh my god. All right, let's do the soul fruit of the stolen moment. So plant that in there. I'm not quite sure how I level this guy up, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. And this is where we can craft weapons and items, or upgrade the items that we have. I touch this majestic floating ball. So where is the mountain breaker? So I can improve this. Unlocked augments, 0 out of 39. So there's 39 different augments I can get for this weapon. To level this up, I need Ichor and pressure level 1. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's the difficulty level. But if I level this up, we get cleave plus 4. So the physical damage goes from 35 to 40. It doesn't look like the actual damage of the weapon goes up. Level this up. And go to plus 3. So it's improving its passive every time. And the color's changing. Okay. We'll get it to level 10. Nice round level 10. There goes all my money. All right. Okay. Now, oh wait, I need to do it one more time to hit level 10. No, let's save. Level 9's good enough. So augments. I can spend my experience points, and I think I get a random augment. So if I spend, we got fire damage. Fire damage is increased by 3%, which is not great for us, but we might as well equip it because we don't have anything else. So I get it. Every single time we level this up, we can unlock a new augment, which will allow us to add more effects to our weapon. I need to take off this stupid Phoenix amulet. It's distracting me. Improvement complete. Oh, nice. It's celebrating. All right, go back to my mountain breaker. I mean, I guess I can level up a few other things too, right? Like this mortal heart, if I level this up, all of its stats are going to increase. Everything. Like the value on this is insane. It's really stupid I'm using this, but increasing all of my damage by like 20%, I'm not going to get hit if I do this much damage. We're the one-hit wonder. And we have the experience points too, so I wonder what it's like when you get the upgrades for the hearts. All damage plus 1. So all damage is increased by a flat 1%. So we're going to apply that. So that's nice. I mean, it's already an item that gives me more damage, so it's not a terrible fit. Yeah, so this is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how much you can personalize your builds. I think I'm going to wait before I dive too far into all this. I might want to level up the tibia just because it'll increase our cooldown reduction, and it doesn't cost that much to do. 11%, 12%, and that's going to let me spin around more often. This gives me even more heart charge, so I'm going to heal. Wait, that doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter because you have the stupid mortal heart, you idiot. Hey, I use my brain sometimes, guys, all right? Not all the time, but sometimes. Now we got a fire whacker. Put on the Vile Pendant, so we're no longer burning to death. Now I can go ahead and heal up by touching this. And so where is this going to set us up at? And we're back here. And so this is actually where we can pick our map to go to. This is our world map. We can change our difficulty here. But I'm ready to jump back in. Okay, we're back here. But that's fine. We have the sky notes. So no issue. No issue at all. All right, where's the final boss? Let me at him. I've got my boulder. Oh, I can see the weaken at the bottom left building up. But honestly, if I knock these guys out in one hit, I'm not really even going to get it. Okay, so he drops down like a regenerating aura. Interesting. Okay, cool. I gotta put the emerald key on. I know I'm swapping between so many things. Sometimes I have synergy, sometimes I don't. Honestly, guys, there's a lot of gear in this game, so I'm just sifting through and trying to try everything out. I remember to myself, if I'm getting weakened, I need to have the emerald key up. But if I have the emerald key up, why did I level up the tibia? Because I want the cooldowns. It's okay. Quartz heart adds 1 temporary heart upon receiving damage. Has a 13-second cooldown. I mean, leveling up this gear just means I can use it for different synergies later. Perfect dash grants obscured. I think I already have this. Yeah, I do. Whenever I do a perfect dash, I go invisible. But that's only on that dagger. Oh, what did you drop? Heartseeker? A purple one. I do want to check out that pathway because I see a sky node all the way at the end there. So we're going to go see what we can get. Whenever I'm tired of killing things, all I got to do is put my weapon away and fly. Poison monsters take 3 poison damage per poison stack with each hit. Some more nice little poison synergy. Is this another fruit? This is Soul Fruit of Fractal Step. I knew I saw something over there in the corner of my eye. Every single corner, man. Claymore, Ritual Skull. Killing an Othrat has a 10% chance to conjure a floating thick orb of Ichor, which drops a lot if destroyed in time. No other chests around here, right? Yes. I see it. Secret stash. Another Phoenix Feather. I think that was it. I mean, we're still getting a ton of money. All right, boys. You want to fight me? You want to tangle? Too bad. Dude, one of them is like an earthbender. He just lifted up a big-ass boulder. I got places to be, gentlemen. What level am I for? If I level up again, we're going to unlock another ability. Which will be nice. Lesser Council. I want this node. So we can move around a little bit easier. Nice. Big, beefy man moonwalking with a hammer. All right, what you got? Oh, you can do what I can do. Mine's better, though. No way. Hopefully that wasn't a boss, because he got obliterated. Mace of Spirits Repose. So this is a weapon? Occasionally reveals restless ghosts nearby. Interacting with them puts them to rest and applies stacks of Empowered. Interesting. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. All right, how close am I to leveling up? I think we might have to knock out every single enemy on this bridge. But then we'll have level 5. Ring of Rot. I already got one of those. Golden Heart's the one that gives me 1 health but an insane amount of luck. Yeah, we might level up. What's the next move I get? Thunderquake. I can't even read that. I'm not going to pretend like I can. We've already seen me struggle to read for like 80% of this video. I don't want to read. I just want to bash these guys off the ledge with my hammer. Okay, this isn't good. You got one hit, Joe. You might need to swap hearts. All right, move back. Apparently, I forgot an item. All right, equip this. Another Phoenix Feather. All right, we gotta get our health back. Nice. The clone copies are actually activating with my whirlwind swings. So I do get the rune charges. All right, we got almost full health. Dude, everything I've got is leveling up, except for me. I am right at the cusp. Okay, we got full health. Put that mortal heart back on. What can I say? I'm a full-blown mortal. All right, if this is a boss fight, which I'm kind of worried, I wanna level up. There's got to be an enemy in here. Just a few, because if I walk in there and I'm not level 5 and I regret it, here we go, I see. Exactly what I wanted. Okay, so now I've got a new move called Mountain Breaker. And so I drive the haft into the earth. The hammer answers with a thunderclap that cracks stone and sky, empowering me. Lightning crawls up my arms and waits. My next blow will carry the storm's final strike. Okay, so I hit 2. That's pretty cool. What I want to see, though, because I kind of have a crush on this weapon, the Scorching Twins. I want to see what their other weapon is. 100 Cut Massacre. Not enough hands? Then I'll make more. Another pair of blades manifests, and the cutting begins. An unending shred. No survivors, only scraps. All right, hold on. So it's like a crazy slice attack. Very nice. All right. Mountain Breaker. It is time. Could this be the boss fight I always dreamt of? Man, this game is fun. There's a lot. There's a lot cooking. There's a lot to take note of. I've only played it for, 50 minutes, so I really have just scratched the surface. I feel like if I really took it down to like a lab and looked at every single mechanic, we could create some really sick synergies. All right, let's go. So I'm leaving you guys hanging a little bit because honestly, I had no idea what to expect when I walked through that door. I found 2 whole areas that were just as big as the original area with a bunch of different secret pathways, hidden chests, loot, and I found myself getting incredibly lost in a good way. Ultimately, that ended up leaving me with like 2 hours of footage of me just getting lost, finding quests, finding items, and I wanted to make sure this video was as structured as possible because, of course, we are sponsored by TinyBuild to do this. If it makes you feel better, I did end up dying in a climactic way anyway. Nice. No! But overall, I had a lot of fun with this game. There is a ton of build variety. I think that is the most overwhelming thing. With all the different weapons, all the different artifacts, rune stones that you can get, I don't think there is a wrong way to play this game at all. I think there is a way to lab a million different scenarios in a giant sandbox. Keeping in mind, all we really did was touch the very top of the first level of the game, so there's a ton of different areas to go to. If you guys are interested in giving Voin a shot, there is a link down below. The game is on sale starting today, so dive in and give it a shot. If you guys want more Voin on the channel, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, and if you've watched me this far and have not hit that sub button, consider doing so. Otherwise, that is going to be it for me, and you guys have a great rest of your day.